we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to the 2020 Leadership Greensboro Holiday Reception and New Year Reception. I'm going to do a red countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for the people in the back. All right. Welcome. I'm Tracy Myers. I'm the EVP of Member Engagement for the Greensboro Chamber of Commerce, and I'm so happy to be here. Where are all of my 2015 alumni? I know you're here. I saw several of you. I'm class of 2015. 2015, LG was my first experience with the Greensboro Chamber of Commerce, and as you can tell, it left a lasting impression as I have joined the staff in July. Tonight, we want to start out by sharing the good news of Leadership Greensboro. Tonight, you're going to have an opportunity to meet the current class of 2020, which I'm sure they will say they're the best class ever. The 46.
2019.
I hear 20 now. I was waiting on 2019. The 46 class members make up a diverse group of industries. We've got large businesses here, small businesses, legal, healthcare, banking, education. If you can think of it, it's in the 2020 class. We also celebrate the Leadership Medal recipients and the Denise E. Maleska Leadership Impact Award recipients tonight. And before I leave the stage, there's one more thing that I want to share with you. This year, we will be celebrating the legacy of Leadership Greensboro and the Chamber's impact on leadership with our first ever Impact Leadership Conference in October. This will be a national level leadership conference. We are working on speakers right now. It's going to be amazing. Keep an eye out for announcements and for links for tickets. There will be a special rate for Leadership Greensboro current class members and alumni. Keep an eye out for that. Again, we hope you'll take time tonight to mingle with our current class and with the other alumni. Thank you so much for coming, and it is my pleasure to call Nikita Green to the stage.
So happy New Year, everyone. And thank you, Tracy. Thank you for getting us going. We are very excited that all of you are here tonight. It always makes my heart smile when I see so many people here. It gets me energized, and it's not just my nerves that's doing that. But I'm just glad y'all are here to help us celebrate Leadership Greensboro, celebrate alumni, but most importantly, celebrate community leaders that are doing amazing things in our community. So I first want to thank a few people. First of all, our sponsors. We definitely could not do this kind of event for you if we did not have the support of our community. I hope that you enjoy this amazing space as much as I do. It was so gorgeous when I first came in the room today. It was amazing in here, and it made me excited, so hopefully you enjoy it too. So I'm so thankful for the Proximity's long-term support of Leadership Greensboro and other events at the Chamber of Commerce. Also, Cone Health, our gold sponsor for tonight, again, has been a long-term supporter of Leadership Greensboro, and they've sponsored and made this night possible. So thank you very much to Cone Health and the Proximity. I want to thank as well, we have a ton of program day sponsors that make Leadership Greensboro special. We could certainly feed y'all bologna sandwiches every program day because we have companies that are willing to help us out. We can provide a better experience for y'all. So I'm thankful to our program day sponsors as well. I have lots of volunteers who also help me throughout the year, but especially tonight. It's a lot to make happen. So I want to thank our alumni that are manning the alumni table out there, talking to you all about the Alumni Association. I want to thank our staff at the Chamber of Commerce who greeted you when you came in tonight. Definitely want to thank our program chairs. They are amazing. And hopefully you got to meet them tonight. Also, our photographer, Vanderveen Photography. You will see when I post pictures, they are amazing. I love working with them, so I want to thank them as well for being here tonight to capture these moments, these special moments. Our alumni, definitely got to thank you for showing up here tonight, for always showing up for me, for other Leadership Greensboro alumni, for being, for making this the community that it is. Thank you for making it special. I feel like this experience already has been transformative for me, just being a part of this community, and that's because of you. So give yourselves a big round of applause. So we are definitely here tonight to honor you, our alumni, but also to celebrate leadership, and especially the great leadership that's happened in this city in the last year. Because we care about continuing the legacy of Leadership Greensboro, and we care about continuing to create community for our alumni. Last year, if you were here, you know that we launched the Leadership Greensboro Alumni Association. And we had, I think, a great year last year. Are any of our Alumni Association members here? Awesome, I see some hands, make some noise. Awesome. So we have some information about our Alumni Association right outside the door at the table. We have some alumni council members that are there to talk to you about it as well. So make sure you at least get some info, check it out, find out what we did last year and what we plan for the coming year as well. So, switching gears, we are here, like I said, to celebrate leadership. So we have some special honors we're going to bestow tonight on a few outstanding leaders who served our community and impacted greatly with the work that you've done. I think that when you meet them, you hear about some of the outstanding things that they've done over their span of their career and their life. I think you'll understand why our selection committee was excited to honor them. Jackie Robinson said, "A life is not important except in the impact that it has on other lives." So you're about to meet 5 people who are certainly making impact and who are emblematic of servant leadership. So let me give you a quick explanation of the awards. We'll present 2 types of awards tonight, and I'll share just a quick bit with you about each. The leadership medals recognize individuals who demonstrate leadership that positively affects the citizens and community of Greensboro. The awards acknowledge the commitment, courage, and positive contribution of leadership that is community-centered. The awards are framed around the tagline for Leadership Greensboro, which is Connect, Serve, and Impact. So the Leadership Greensboro Connector Medal is awarded to a collaborative leader who has a practice of cultivating partnerships that make a difference in the community. The Leadership Greensboro Service Medal recognizes those who demonstrate leadership through dedication and service to the community. The Denise E. Maleska Leadership Impact Award was established in 2003 and named in honor of Denise, our past Vice President of Leadership at the Chamber of Commerce, and her incredible life work in the area of leadership and civic engagement. So only one recipient is selected for this award annually to recognize that person's outstanding leadership, contribution to our community, and diligence in forwarding the work of servant leadership in Greensboro. The recipients of both of these types of awards are selected by the Leadership Greensboro Selection Committee, and this year we'll also recognize a bright young emerging leader, 15-year-old Chase Clark, the founder of Chase's Chance. So I can't wait to tell you about her. She's amazing. So we will get started with presenting the honors tonight. We will present the awards for those who are presenting. We will present the awards in the order that you see them here, from right to left. So I would like to introduce to you first Ms. Jennifer Vincarini, who will present the award to Jose Sandoval.
of the Leadership Greensboro Service Medal, Jose A. Sandoval. Jose is an Assistant Vice President and Financial Center Manager with American National Bank and Trust Company here in Greensboro. Jose and I was very lucky to connect with him as fellow members of the LG class of 2018, which, let me be clear, was the best class ever. And then we got to know each other better, even better, as 2 of the 4 program chairs for the class of 2019. In addition to his incredible success as a leader in the local banking community, Jose is a dedicated community servant who freely gives his time and talents to the betterment of Greensboro and its residents. For more than 4 years, he has served as a member of Latino Community Coalition of Guilford's board, strengthening and supporting the local Latinx community through advocacy, education, and network building. Jose is also a longtime volunteer with our Triad, advocating for in-state tuition equity and promotion of higher education opportunities for all North Carolina students, irrespective of their immigration status. As a volunteer with Faith Action International House, Jose supports that organization's mission to serve and advocate alongside newcomers to our community while educating and connecting diverse communities across lines of culture and faith. Faith Action says they turn strangers into neighbors, so it's no wonder Jose, a natural relationship builder and community developer, chose them as an organization to support over the past 5 years. An outstanding communicator, collaborator, and servant leader, Jose is committed, thoughtful, caring. He prioritizes diversity, equity, and inclusion in his work, service, and the relationships he builds and maintains. An advocate for members of marginalized communities, Jose is also a dedicated husband, a fantastic dad, and a wonderful friend. Greensboro is blessed and enriched because he is a part of our community. Please join me in congratulating my friend, Jose Sandoval.
This is an amazing honor. Nikita said I had a limit of 2 minutes, so I'll keep it short. Thank you, first of all, Jennifer. You are an amazing individual, and I'm so glad LG put us together because I have really learned a lot from your commitment, and you keep me on task. So thank you. Also, thank you, LG, for all the amazing work you do in the community. I had a blast in serving during my 2018 class, best class ever, period. And had an even better time when we were leading the 2019 class, which was a good class as well. So thank you, LG. Thank you, Nikita, for all that you do. Thanks to American National for giving me the opportunity to do things outside of work, giving me that opportunity to grow within the community as well, or within the company. And to my team, I can't say it enough. It takes a good team to be there when you're not, to keep the wheels turning. And lastly, but most importantly, thank you to my wife and my wonderful daughter for always supporting me and encouraging me, even when I come home and say I've joined another committee or another organization. Thank you. And to be honest, my little one and her generation is really the reason I do the work that I do. I came to the States when I was 2 years old. My parents just made the decision to move from Mexico and bring me and my, at the time, 5-year-old brother, and cross the border. Right now I look back and I say, wow, that was an amazing thing that they did, and they said it was one of the hardest things they did. they actually had to give up myself and my brother to a complete stranger while they crossed the border on foot, and we were smuggled in an 18-wheeler and did not see my parents for 2 days. Till this day, Mom says that is the hardest thing she has ever done. But looking back, she says she'll do it all over again to see what we've achieved in this country. So I'm very grateful for them. I'm very, very grateful for this country and all that it's giving me. And through growing up, we lived with multiple families. We lived in homes with 2 to 3 other families with children. We shared clothes, shared toys. But through all that, my parents always helped others, regardless of their age, sex, gender, religion, language. And one day, someone asked my dad, "Why do you do this? Why do you help these folks? It has no benefit to you whatsoever." And Dad simply replied by saying, "Well, we were here once with nothing. Someone helped us, so now that we have a little, we're going to give back and help others." So that has stuck with me throughout my short span here on this earth. And I certainly believe that extending a hand to lift others is the most rewarding feeling that costs little to nothing. And that if we all took the time to do a little bit more of that, we would be in a great, amazing place. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm excited to speak on behalf of Leadership Greensboro in regard to Adriane Scott-Singleton tonight. Adriane deserves this award for many reasons. I personally got to witness her hard work with Wheels for Hope this last semester, and I was blown away by her love and care for the community and for her clients. She partners with agencies in the community who have clients who are working towards self-sufficiency. All these clients have jobs, but there is a lack of transportation there, and that's what Adriane wants to provide for them, and she does. Adriane goes beyond her job description and title to make sure her clients get what they need. From picking them up to making sure they get to work, to working extended hours. Not only has she committed to her community, she also makes sacrifices for her family. She is a committed PTA, Girl Scout, and dance mom for her girls. It can be hard to balance her leadership in Greensboro and for her family, but she does an outstanding job. Recently, she traveled to her hub office in Cary at like 4 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday to pick up a car for a participant for their blessing. She was upset because they weren't able to receive the car by Christmas, so she wanted them to get the car as soon as possible, which was 4 a.m. on a Sunday. However, she did make it back to church to see her daughters perform during the service. And that just goes to show that she is committed to her family. She's committed to Wheels for Hope. She sings in the choir at her church. She participates in Women Impacting Greensboro and supports and promotes nonprofits in addition to Wheels for Hope. So it's with great pleasure and an honor that I'm able to hand this medal to Adriane Scott-Singleton.
I'm here tonight because I'm just doing my job. I want to thank the staff at the Greensboro Chamber of Commerce, the Leadership Greensboro Committee who selected me. It's an honor to be here. I also want to thank God, my mom, Diane, and Sarah, who is an up-and-coming leader in our community. I want you guys to think back to that time when you first got your car. I assume none of you took the bus here tonight, so you have a vehicle. But just think about that first car that you had. For me, I was a sophomore in college, and I thought I was somebody. It was a red Ford Escort. You couldn't tell me nothing. When I was driving on campus, I had my theme song. I think it was Craig Mack. Flavor in your ear. Yes, that was my theme song. I drive on campus, but I drive on campus. You did it too, that's why you're laughing. But I mean, for me, I felt I was something. I was confident. I felt like somebody. And it wasn't a word back then, but I had swag with this car. And cars can do that. That's why I push so hard to try to get cars for the families that I serve. This means getting up early in the morning, or sometimes I find myself in the junkyard looking for parts. Cars literally can drive us to success, but without them, we're held back from opportunities that can propel us into a prosperous future. Some people will never be able to fly on a plane, go to an exotic island, or maybe see the Grand Canyon. But in their Wheels for Hope vehicles, my families are taking trips. They're being reunited with their families. Mothers and fathers are getting their kids back after maybe they've been on drugs. They're being able to go to the grocery store and they can carry as many bags as they want to and put it in their trunk because they don't have to get on the bus and worry about the limit of bags that they can carry. They're being able to go to the doctor's office and they're getting to work on time, and that's creating economic stability for their family. So if you don't remember Adriane Scott-Singleton, after today, a few weeks from now, or even a year from now, just remember my name as the Wheels for Hope lady who works hard to help low-income families find their swag by getting them a donated vehicle. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Kim Gatling, and I'm from the greatest class of Leadership Greensboro, class of 2007. It is my great honor to introduce this year's recipient of the Leadership Greensboro Connector Medal, my friend and colleague, Ray Trapp. Ray is the Director of External Affairs at the illustrious North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University. I've had the pleasure of working with Ray for many years through my various affiliations with my beloved alma mater. The name of this award, the Connector Medal, is so fitting for Ray because a connector is exactly what he is for this community. Ray is known for building meaningful relationships and successful bridges between groups of disparate people and political interests, such as while he served as a Guilford County Commissioner, as he now advocates for A&T on the local, national, and state legislative platforms, as he serves as chair of the Guilford County Zoning Commission, and as he importantly works to increase economic development in East Greensboro as one of the leaders of the Invest East campaign. While Ray is always the consummate gentleman and has a reserved disposition, make no mistake about it, he is a fierce leader and a savvy negotiator, and that's why he's been so successful in his professional and civic roles. This is only the beginning of the impact that Ray Trapp is going to have on this community, and I am certain that there will be many more accolades to come. But for tonight, I say congratulations to my friend, Ray Trapp.
Good evening. Good evening. Kim, I don't have much else to say. So I am going to take this time. I always wanted to be a professional athlete, so I'm going to take a play out of their playbook. And thank God, I want to thank my mother who's sitting right there, Sheila Trapp, who instilled everything in me to work in the community to be the person that I am. So thank you, Mom, for everything. Thank my granny who's here as well. Thank the rest of my family that's here, my work family that's here. Aggies, love y'all. And so with that, I have the best job in the world. I get to advocate for the greatest university in this land. A university that changes first generation college students as well as continues to make an impact on legacies that come through our doors every day. So with that, I don't know what I'm getting award for doing my job, but I'm going to continue to do it, and I'll continue to be out in the community. Love you all. Thank you.
Good evening. Good evening. My name is Chris Boozer, and it is my honor as the chairperson of the Board of Commissioners for the Greensboro Housing Authority to present this year's Denise Maleska Leadership Service Award to Ms. Tina Akers Brown. Not only has Tina been a mentor to me, as well as a colleague, I first met Tina many years ago when I worked for the Department of Housing and Urban Development. And I always remember her as being helpful. She's brilliant, y'all, too. And just always having something positive to say. So, without further ado, I'm gonna talk tell you some things about Tina. This award recognizes outstanding leadership, and our recipient undoubtedly embodies this ideal and is deserving of this recognition. As the first African American and one of the longest serving CEOs in Greensboro Housing Authority's history, for 19 years, she has led an organization that serves over 12,000 people in Guilford County, providing over 6,000 units of affordable housing to low-income families and individuals. Though it has become more difficult over the years to provide and maintain affordable housing, she is never deterred, responding strategically and resourcefully to meet the needs of the community, ensuring safe and quality housing to the citizens of Greensboro for many years to come. She has done this through strategic decisions to bring the agency into the future. Some of these actions include overseeing the Hope 6 initiative, a $22.9 million grant with an additional $55 million in leveraged funds to revitalize the former site of Morningside Homes with new mixed finance housing, Willow Oaks. The acquisition and construction of over 300 additional affordable units to add to the affordable housing stock. And the implementation of the Rental Assisted Demonstration Program to preserve aging public housing communities through the leverage of public and private debt to reinvest in affordable housing. Since 2013, GHA has completed renovations to over 1,700 units of public housing under this program. She has devoted her professional career and personal life to the service of others, including volunteering through the Rotary Club, the National Association of Housing and Redevelopment Officials, and its Southeast Regional Council. She has served on the boards or task force of United Way, Ready for School, Ready for Life, and the Workforce Development Board. She is a NARO Fellow and honor bestowed upon only 27 housing professionals in the country. She has made a significant impact not only at GHA, but with countless citizens, residents, and emerging young leaders throughout the country. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present the Denise Maleska Leadership Service Award to Tina Akers Brown.
Wow, thank you. They say give you your flowers while you're alive. I like this flower. First, I'd like to say thank you to the committee that selected me for this award. After working in affordable housing for almost 35 years, it truly is an honor to be selected for this award. I'd like to mention a few things. Although I am the recipient of this prestigious award, I would like to acknowledge those who have encouraged and supported me as I served our community on numerous boards, commissions, task forces in Greensboro for the past 24 years. My Greensboro Housing Authority Board of Commissioners, my team that's there when I'm not, because I'm serving on too many boards, and my husband, who's there even if I show up at 10 o'clock at night, he's still there waiting on me, and I really appreciate that. I have personally volunteered to serve on boards, committees, and task forces, not for me, but for those 12,000 citizens that the Greensboro Housing Authority serves yearly. But so has my team. I have, through the years, encouraged them to also serve and provide service to those that we serve. Many of those that we serve are capable of advocating for themselves, but many, many more are not. And I personally believe that it's important to give them a voice. Whenever we can, wherever we can. Whether it's in Greensboro, whether it's in somewhere else in North Carolina, whether it's our southeast region, or whether it's in Washington, D.C. It's important that they have a voice. For those that know me, they know that it's always been important to me to provide service above self. And if there's one thing I can say I'm most proud of, it's providing shelter to those in need. I hope that in some way I've helped Greensboro become a better place for those that we serve. And it truly is an honor to receive the Denise E. Maleska Award. I knew her personally, like some of the others of you that were up here. You're young, a lot younger. She was a servant leader. I was kind of shocked when I saw Leadership Greensboro 2000 up there, because I realized this is 2020. So it's like 20 years ago. Wow. So, but I would like to say thank you, and I appreciate everything that you've done. Thank you. Right. I told y'all they were awesome, right? I was selfish, and I wanted to make sure that I personally introduced to you this next young leader, because in reading about her, it had such an impact on me. I only have a son, I don't have a daughter, but I would hope if I had a daughter that she'd be like this, that she'd be this young leader that I'm about to introduce to you. So her name is Miss Chase Clark. Chase is a 15-year-old student at Southwest Guilford High School. She's a track star, she's a big sister. She also just happens to be the founder and visionary of an organization called Chase's Chance. It's a 501c3 nonprofit that strives to provide basic needs for local and international youth so that they feel empowered to meet their goals. Chase's organization has raised and donated over $45,000 to others in need. That is no small task, for me, a person who's a lot older than 15. And it's exceptional when you're at that age to be able to raise that much money and donate that. If there is a need, as I'm told, in the community, and Chase knows about it, she considers it something that she must resolve. So here's just a snapshot of things that she's done through her organization. She's had a water drive to have bottled water shipped to Texas. When a school in Virginia needed new books for their library, Chase organized her network in North Carolina to have books shipped to that school. Chase adopted a local school, started a school supply locker, and fully stocked it with a heavy assortment of supplies to get them through the school year and beyond. She's given scholarships to students to attend summer programs. She's raised money for a local nursing student so that she could complete her education without any interruption. She started the first annual Chase's Chance writing contest for middle and high school students, with the theme being the importance and benefits of community service. Every month this year, her organization has partnered with the Mobile Food Market to ensure families in Guilford County have sufficient food to eat. She's also, in that same area, she's also paid off lunch debts, school lunch debts. She's provided field trip sponsorships to ensure that no child is left behind in those experiences. She's been building bags of hope for the homeless community. She is also hosting a conference this year for 6th through 8th grade girls called Hit My Line on April 27th. At this conference, it'll give girls the opportunity to engage with community leaders and engage them in healthy, honest discussions about the challenges and concerns that they each have. So that's just a snapshot. I found out about her through Dr. Nicole Hayes. I appreciate you taking the time to let us know about this young lady in the community. So to Chase, you absolutely embody the qualities of a servant leader. You give people my age hope for the future. I think we give y'all a hard time. We swear that y'all are all on your phones, but obviously you are not. I know I wasn't doing probably a tenth of the things that you've done, but I'm absolutely delighted to honor you today. I wanted to make sure we introduce you to the community. I wanted you to know that you are supported by the community as well, and I want to thank you for the example you set, not just for people your age, but for all of us, in realizing how much one person can do. So I would like to introduce you all to Chase Clark.
Thank you all first and foremost for this tremendous honor. I want to thank my mom, she's sitting right there, and my sneak peek into my support system for coming with me today. Chase's Chance was founded in 2013 with a focus on the youth. We fight for the youth. My team and I fight for third graders who may not have books to call their own. We fight for women who go without so their kids can have. I fight for my classmates who I see go without shoes, books, school supplies, clothes, and even more things that we really wouldn't even know about if we didn't look around. A community, a good community, fights for each other, and I commend everybody for their individual contribution to their community, and I want to thank y'all again for giving me this today. So Chase, we wanted to just
to recognize you, as I said, but also you have some goodies in there that will hopefully, I think, be a benefit to you as you continue to develop as a leader. So thank you all for being attentive to that very important part of our program. Thank you to the leaders here, our honorees, for everything that you do to make this community so much better. I do think it's something unique about Greensboro. I've lived in various pockets in North Carolina, and I do think that that's something special about Greensboro, is that we have the kind of community that people just roll up their sleeves and dig in and do what's needed. And you see it's a wide range of experience in our honorees and the things that they do to give back to the community. So thank you so much for all that you all do to make Greensboro what it is. I would now like to introduce you guys. I'm not going to keep you much longer, not too much longer. I want to introduce you to 4 people that are very special to me. I know if you've been here before, you know I've said this before, but for real this time. I have 4 outstanding program chairs that I'm working with this year, and they're going to tell you a little bit about our other special guest, the 2020 class. So I'd like to introduce to you now 4 members of the 2019 class. Ms. Heatherly Walker with the Greensboro Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Brandon Inscore from Withers Ravenel, Ms. Elizabeth Paul, UNCG, and James Blackwell with Truist.
I have to say, the last time I got on stage with these 4 was at graduation, when we graduated with the 2019 class, and Elizabeth decided to start singing Lean on Me. So I was a little bit nervous.
Not enough alcohol.
Yeah, that's the key right there. But yeah, Nikita just asked us to come and just say a couple of remarks for the 2020 class. They were a little bit nervous about what was going to happen today. Some of the classmates were asking if this was some type of hazing ceremony, and it's not. I promised her it was not. I will just say that Nikita was very strategic at having us be the last people to present, because we are the best class forever and ever. 2019 is, now it doesn't have to be said again. Here, we're done. So we'll go ahead and ask the 2020 class to come up. If y'all don't mind, come on, don't be scared. We won't do anything to you, I promise. This is all about presenting you to our community as the next great class of Leadership Greensboro. And we all can't get on the stage, so some of you might want to funnel up front.
I have to go over here. Greatest class all Get these chairs next to you. And I thought it looked like a lot when I was putting them on. It looks like it's even more in real life.
All right, I think that's everyone. So real briefly, what I would love to do is just share a little bit about this group that you see before you tonight. Leadership Greensboro 2020 class is, in my eyes and fellow program chairs' eyes, a very passionate group of individuals. They are passionate for the nonprofits and the organizations that they serve, for the community programs that they are a part of and represent. And I also admire the sharing of information amongst each other. Over the past several months, they've been collectively serving breakfast to individuals with ministries, They've been serving as principals for a day in conjunction with our Guilford Education Alliance. We've even seen a classmate recently take an oath of office to represent a district for the city of Greensboro. So this class truly embodies leadership. We've all heard the famous saying, the only constant in life is change, which I believe is true. But this is a group of individuals who are truly drivers of change, and they don't allow change to drive them. And I think that's a very important trait for a leader. So I encourage you all to take some time out this evening to introduce yourselves to them, get to know them, shake hands with them, network, exchange information, because Greensboro is really, truly a great city when we all come together and work together and share our ideas. And lastly, but not least, what I'd like to do is just recognize a couple of individuals. I'd like to recognize Garrett Bean and Derek Hart, Emmanuel Clark, and Kelly York as 2020 class of the Trapp Business Journal's 40 Under 40. Now I'll turn it over to Brandon.
So give a huge round of applause to this class. The other thing I would say too is I think there were only 2 40 under 40s in our class. There's 4 in this one, so this adds to your GOAT status. The other thing I would like, if there are past program chairs in the room, would you please raise your hand? I see quite a few of those. Thank you for your service. We now know how hard that is. The other thing I want to do is I just want a huge round of applause for Nikita. Before you do, she gives of herself so much to this program. She eats it, lives it, breathes it. She puts it before herself, as she did today, and we have to remind her to take care of herself. So she's a tremendous asset to the chamber and to this community, and we really appreciate her. Please give her a huge round of applause.
I already got some remarks for them. Better not start singing, and I promise I won't. I'll save it for graduation. One quick question to all of my fellow alumni in the room. How many of you, show of hands, actually stroked the check to participate for yourself in Leadership Greensboro? That's what I thought. So well, everyone in this room that participated in this fantastic program, somebody cared about you an awful lot. And somebody made a pretty big investment in you as a leader because they believed in you and what you could bring to this community. So knowing that, I'm pretty sure they weren't thinking that you were going to be a one and done. They were expecting you to take this legacy and continue to connect, lead, and serve, just like the motto says, year after year, and continue the tradition of growing Greensboro into a fantastic place to live, work, and play. So tonight, we're going to ask all of you, because you didn't have to make that first initial investment. We hope, we beg, we plead, pray that you will see our friends at the door, and if you haven't already, sign up for the Alumni Association. It's the least that you can do to pay it forward, to continue to give back, continue to lead, serve, and impact this wonderful place that we have the privilege of calling home. Sorry, I've been choked up all night. Y'all got some amazing stories here. So pay that nominal $50, join us, help us, continue to fight for what we know is the best little place that we get to live, work, and lead. I say it to you as classmates, I'll see you doing it at graduation, but stay with this. You made us your family. You know, if you've been through the program, what an amazing impact this had on your life, and I implore you to continue to lead with us. So if you have questions about that, ask Nikita, ask any of us. We'll tell you the benefits of being in the Alumni Association, although you probably can already guess what they are. But please, please consider doing that and joining us before you leave tonight. And thank you so much for being here.
Just real quick before you all go, we just want to make sure that you see this beautiful class up here. If you get a chance before you go, I mean, we got the room till 8 o'clock.
They're still mixing some food over there. The bars are still open. So stay, mix, mingle, meet the class, and everyone have a great night. Thank you.
Thank you.